Hey everyone, I'm going to try to make this quick because I'm not sure how much time I have, and you're seeing me in the same outfit because this is just later on that night from my earlier video that you'll probably see before this one. If you see this one first, it's like time is going backwards. But anyway, so I was looking back at my channel and I'm kind of surprised that I don't have a video about this up already, but the other day I thought it would be great to do a Neil Gaiman collection video, and I thought, oh, surely I've already done one of these before. And I looked, and I haven't, and I'm kind of surprised, because he's my favorite living author, and he might be just my favorite author in general. He's definitely just amazing, and I have so much of his work. And yeah, I was just kind of shocked, so I really wanted to do this video, and I think it was inspired by me recently finding the edition of Anansi Boys that I wanted at a used bookstore, so that was a lot of fun, and I think that's what sparked this, the idea for this video. And I'm sorry for the lighting, because it's kind of late, but I just really wanted to do this. So one thing that I own by him that I actually have lent out, so do not have it with me, to show you, is I have the American paperback edition of Graveyard Book, illustrated by Dave McKean, and I think it is gorgeous, and I love it. But yes, I have that one, but I don't have it to show you because I have it on loan to my friend Benjamin. And also, I know that I'm probably gonna forget the, some of the audio. I have a ton of Neil Gaiman audio stuff, and a couple Kindle things, and I only have 2 Kindle things, so I don't think I'll forget those, but the audio I might forget, so I think I'll go ahead and talk about all of that now. So for Kindle, I have Trigger Warning, on Kindle, and I also have Smoke and Mirrors on Kindle, both of which I would love to have physical copies of. What I keep hoping with Trigger Warning is William Morrow has these gorgeous, I'll show you an example, like, they have a bunch of Neil Gaiman works, all with these really pretty designs. And when Trigger Warning first came out in hardcover, it was an entirely different cover, and I thought, oh great, when it comes out in paperback, maybe it'll be in this edition. And it's now been out for like 2 or 3 years, and I still haven't seen that edition, and I keep hoping William Morrow is going to come out with that edition. So, like, that's why I keep putting off buying a physical copy, because I want it to match with these, because I think they're so pretty. So, yeah, anyway, I have the Kindle version of those. And then for audio, oh gosh, I have stuff that I bought from iTunes, I have stuff from Audible, yeah, a lot of stuff. So, the stuff that I think I can remember all of from iTunes is A Study in Emerald, which is his version of a Sherlock Holmes story. And it was included in the the short story collection, A Study in Sherlock, I believe. So I have the audio of that. I have the audio for, Wolves in the Walls. Wolves in the Walls, I think. And then Cinnamon. And I think that was it for my iTunes stuff. There may be one thing that I'm forgetting. But moving on to Audible, I have the audio of Fortunately the Milk, I have the audio of Instructions, I have the audio of the 10th anniversary full cast production of American Gods. So it's the audio of American Gods, but more specifically it is a full cast version. And it's not a dramatization, it's like a full reading of the text, and it's also the author's preferred text in honor of the 10th anniversary, because I think that was when the author's preferred text was released, released in both physical format as well as audio. And I have Smoke and Mirrors in audio, I believe. And is that it? I'm trying to think if that's it. That might... Oh, Stardust. I also have Stardust. And I think that's it. Maybe. Do I have Neverwhere? I can't remember if I have the audio book of Neverwhere or if I got that out of the library, so I'm not totally sure on that. Do I? I don't know. But then I have, I think, all of his Radio 4 dramatizations up until the most recent one, which is Anansi Boys, which is currently on the iPlayer. So that's why I don't own it, is because I'm hoping to read Anansi Boys and then listen to the BBC radio production before it goes off of iPlayer. So the audio productions that I do have are Neverwhere, which was the first one, that is still currently my favorite, and then Stardust, Good Omens, that he wrote with Terry Pratchett. Wait, okay, so Neverwhere, Stardust, Good Omens, How the Marquis Got His Coat Back, and I actually haven't listened to Stardust or How the Marquis Got His Coat Back yet. I've listened to like half of How the Marquis Got His Coat Back, but not all of them. And then, oh gosh, I want to say that's it, I think, for the BBC productions. Is that it? Have they just done 4 before Anansi Boys? I think so, because I don't think they've done American Gods yet, and it could be that they're not going to do American Gods because of the full cast reading of the actual book. So, not really sure on that one. Okay, so I think that's all for the stuff that I can't show you. Now I'll show you the stuff that I can show you. So I'll first start with the only graphic novel of his that I have, which is actually a graphic novel adaptation of one of his short stories, which is Trollbridge, and it's illustrated by Colleen Duran, and I got this signed at AwesomeCon because my lovely friend Benjamin was able to spur of the moment grab me a copy from Barnes & Noble. So I got this when I found out she was going to be there, and then she signed it, and I feel kind of bad because I haven't listened to the story in a while, because I think that's in Smoke and Mirrors. So I haven't listened to that in a while, and I also haven't actually read this graphic novel yet because I had just acquired it when I got her to sign it, so I don't actually know what she wrote means. And if you see this and you do know, don't tell me because I want to find out on my own, please. But yeah, anyway, there's that one. And then I have this cool Barnes & Noble edition of American Gods and Anansi Boys, and while I do think it is beautiful, that is why I bought it, simply because I saw it and I was like, ooh, pretty. But it turns out it's quite hefty to hold, and it's not the kind of book that I would want to take anywhere with me because it's so kind of big and chunky. And also, the edition of American Gods that's in here is the original text version, not the author's preferred text. And I love the author's preferred text, so since I have now acquired a second edition of Anansi Boys, and I already had a separate edition of American Gods, I think I'm actually going to take this to the used bookstore, just because it really would only sit on my shelves to look pretty. So, yeah. But it's in the collection for now. And then I have Norse mythology, which I have not read yet, but I'm very excited to read it. Oh, okay, that is an audio that I forgot to mention. I do also have the audio of this that I got with an Audible credit earlier this year. So this will definitely, last year. It's now 2018. I'm still getting used to that. But anyway, so this will be a read for later on in the year. And then I have, I don't know why this is, something's happened to this where it's like, I don't know, it's gotten kind of weird. I don't know what's up. Okay. Anyway, something has happened to this where it's gotten like bloated or something for some reason. I don't really know. But anyway, this is the author's preferred text of Neverwhere that I got, I think as soon as it came out, which was like a year ago, maybe. I can't remember. But I love this because it is a gorgeous edition. It looks really pretty on the inside. It has that, it's the author's preferred text, of course, and it also includes how the Marquis got his coat back in the back of this, so I really, really love this edition. And then I have Ocean at the End of the Lane, and it says signed first edition, because this was, I think my friend Benjamin talked me into pre-ordering this, or like he's the one that told me about it, so then I pre-ordered it. It says Neil Gaiman, and this was the first Neil Gaiman thing I ever read, so it will always have a very special place in my heart. When I talk about my favorite Neil Gaiman stuff, the category that I put this in is the thing that made me love Neil Gaiman's writing. So yeah, I love this. Next is this cute little paperback of Fortunately the Milk, which is illustrated by Scotty Young. And I completely love this. I don't often read this physical copy, but I listen to the audiobook probably like 5 times a month, maybe. That's probably saying too much. Maybe like 2 or 3 times a month, but that's how much I love it. It's like a comfort listen. And then my last kind of one that's not in these the editions that I love is Good Omens. That's by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. They wrote it together in, I want to say 1990 or 1991, and I completely love this. It is fantastic, and I really need to reread it and then re-listen to the BBC adaptation before the, I think, TV show comes out. It's either going to be a TV show or a film, so I need to read this before that comes out. And then last is my now 4 editions that I have all matching that I love. First one that I got, I think the first one that I got maybe is Stardust. I think this might be the first one. The other one might be the first one. I don't know. Yeah, actually, I think this is the first one. This is American Gods. And this is my second favorite Neil Gaiman. Or, again, like with the I Tell People stuff, what I say for this one is this has my favorite ever Neil Gaiman character, who is Shadow Moon. And, yeah, it's kind of really beat up because it was very well loved while I was reading it, but I completely love this. And then I have Stardust, which is my favorite Neil Gaiman book. I don't know if that will ever change, but it is definitely my favorite. And it's not actually been read because I listened to it the first time that I read it, and I haven't actually read this copy yet. But anyway, there's that one. And then I have the 2 that I haven't actually read yet. Fragile Things, which is one of his short story collections. And then, and I've read some of these, just not all of them. And then I have Anansi Boys, which I'm trying to read this month, because of the BBC radio adaptation. So, yeah, I love this one. Okay, so that is my Neil Gaiman collection to date, and, you know, I'm always hoping to collect more because, again, he is probably my favorite writer ever, maybe, and I'm really looking forward to what I own of his that I get to read this year. And anyway, let me know what you guys think, and if you like his writing, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye.